What's up, everybody? This is one of those headspace videos where I talk and record, and maybe I release a video, maybe I don't. A lot of times it's more or less just about me getting a thought out, thinking through it, free therapy, if you will. And it's good because when I do share the video, it's typically because I think others will find value in it. Whether that be small business owners or artists or just people in general in your wider life. And maybe by me sharing, again, those folks get something out of it. So if I share this video, that's the intent. If I don't share it, I still get what I need out of it, which is me talking about whatever it is that's on my mind. And so let's jump into it. What's the topic for Headspace for today? The topic is balance. And that word means a lot of different things for a lot of different areas of my life and the lives of everyone. I think we all have to really come to terms with balance and figuring out how to find it in our lives. And so for me, the balance I'm talking about right now is a creative balance. A balance of where I allow myself to be creative and to have fun while also giving folks what they want, right? Leaning into the small business aspect of what I do and meeting demand. And as an artist, it's a great problem to have. I know there's plenty of artists who don't have this particular problem, and it's not even really a problem so much as it is just something that you have to approach and overcome as a small business owner, and that is meeting demand while still staying true to what made you do the thing in the first place. And so there's many of examples of this. I don't want to give any specific ones for anyone else. I'll just give them for myself. And for me, I think it's kind of obvious that I'm making hundreds and hundreds of cardinals. That's the fact right now, that we have lots and lots and lots of orders. And I'm not complaining. I don't want it to come across as me complaining, but there is a challenge to that. And the challenge is typically the way my art works and the way my business works is that my work changes seasonally, and I make things in batches, but they're small batches, and then I move on to the next thing, and there's constantly new stuff keeping me going and keeping me involved. With Cardinals, that's been more of a challenge because we have received hundreds and hundreds of orders for Cardinals. Again, super blessed to have that opportunity to grow the business and to fulfill the needs of so many, or the wants of so many new customers. It's incredible. We are very grateful for it. The challenge is if you as an artist find yourself turning into a factory, what it can feel like when you're making cardinal after cardinal after cardinal, and you're having to worry about getting batches out and meeting deadlines and all the things that are the less fun side of being an artist or having a business. And I know there's definitely a part of me that just says, we'll just suck it up and be grateful. I'm sure there's people who are thinking that, and you're right. Yeah, I should definitely just suck it up and be grateful. But as a person, and more specifically as an artist, you do have to confront that, and you have to think about what that means for yourself, or at least I do. I'm thinking about it, and I have to figure out what it means for me. And so we're still taking orders for Cardinals. We're taking orders for Cardinals into June. I made a commitment that anybody who wanted a Cardinal would get a Cardinal, and so we're doing our very best to fulfill that promise. I could foresee that promise going through, I don't even know if it'll go through the end of the year, but we're going to push it for as long as I can. So this isn't me saying I'm giving up by any means. We have tons of orders still to fulfill, and we're still taking orders daily. So Cardinals are not going anywhere. in the immediate future, and I'm still going to make them because I made a promise. Um, I've just got to figure out the balance of meeting that demand while also being creative. And so I think I'm figuring it out a little bit, and that's honestly that just every day that I'm working on Cardinals, I have to take time away to do something different. And that could be a commission. Sometimes commissions offer me the chance to be creative and just have fun. Other times, commissions require me to push my brain or my thought into a direction that I'm not necessarily going at the moment. Those can be tricky because you're spending time doing something that you're not necessarily as engaged with as you would like to be. So that's a whole nother challenge. You got orders, which can get repetitive, and then you have commissions that you may not be as excited about. And I can honestly say I don't really have that problem right now. I think all the commissions that I'm doing are really fun, and I'm enjoying all of them. And so if you've got a commission on the books, this isn't me talking about your commissions, just me talking about commissions in general. And then finding time to do the stuff that I really have fun and like to do, like, pieces like this old man carving here. It's carved from a piece of spalted maple. It's a quick carve. It's a fun carve. And it's a carve that I don't really have to think about too much, but I can also still be creative. Because like with cardinals, I don't have to think about them. I can make cardinals in my sleep at this point. I've made so many of them. I don't know, we're probably somewhere in the 600 or 700 cardinals that I've made up to this point. So I can make them in my sleep. The same kind of goes for these old men, but the nice thing about the old men as opposed to the cardinals is cardinals are pretty much all the same. You're making the same thing over and over again. Each one of these old men are completely unique, so that's fun. And because I don't have to necessarily think about it so much, it's relaxing, right? Like I can just pick up the saw and carve what I see, and that's great. And so that's a fun balance to find, just figuring out how to work through orders, work through commissions, while still finding time to do the things that just interest me. Because if I'm being completely honest, if I could do exactly what I wanted to do, I would probably really never make the same thing twice. Every day I would just carve something different. If it was just me, just purely exploring the art for the art's sake, that's probably what I would do. And I would probably be playing around with a lot of other mediums. I'd really like to get into metalworking. I've dabbled in leather work. My grandfather's a glass blower. I've always said that, I'd love to take some lessons while we still have him around, and I never find time to do it. So, because I'm constantly leaning into the business side of things, which is where I need to focus on making the things that people are interested in and that people will buy, because this business does support my family. So without the business, I've got to go get a normal job, and no one wants that. That's the last thing I want to do. So I'm well aware, again, back to the point of I should just be grateful and just get on with it. I agree with you. There's a part of me who feels that way. And that's the part of me who feels like maybe I don't even share this video because this all just sounds like complaining. And I don't want it to sound that way. I genuinely just want it to come across as, if you're seeing something from the outside, maybe you're viewing someone else's success from afar, just know that it's not all, I use this too often, it's probably not, I don't know, the most PC, but it's not all cupcakes and rainbows. Like, it's not, it's not all parties and birthday cakes. Like, there's a part of, that sounded so silly. Yeah, there's a lot that goes into it, right? Like, there's a lot of work that goes into making this thing happen. And every day is work. It may not seem that way because I'm doing something that I love, but if you're not careful and you don't find the balance, the thing that you love can become a trap too. And so I'm trying very hard to prevent my art from becoming that trap. And while at the same time generating sales and growing the business, it's a real tricky thing to navigate. And I haven't even talked about all the other things that you have to balance, like a marriage and family, and thank goodness those things are such a blessing in my life, because without them, finding the balance in the art and the business would be a lot harder. So my amazing wife is definitely the glue that holds all this stuff together, because without her partnership, this wouldn't be possible. But yeah, anyway, just a Headspace video. If you see this video, then I decided to post it. And if not, I think I got what I needed out of it regardless. So yeah, got to work through the orders and the commissions, and find time to do the things that are fun and really push my creativity. And yeah, just find balance. So I hope you find balance in whatever you're doing, in all facets of your life. And I hope that you find this video helpful or informative. And yeah, thanks for watching. Take care.